What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Another loss for them boys. The Knicks are now 2-8 in their last 10 games, and they lose tonight at home. Or what is it? Alumni night, they called it? I forget what it's called. I'm sorry. To the Phoenix Suns, 106-99. The Big Cat, 23 points, 11 rebounds. Deuce was loose, 23 points, 5 assists. Disgusting game again, man. I mean, you know, you could say we could try to make excuses or I don't know, blame players. It just looks bad. Like they just don't look like a good team right now. They just don't. You can say, okay, because Brunson's not there, Hart's not there. Like, whatever, man. They should have beat these guys tonight. This team is not better than the Knicks. And so, just looking at the team and looking how they play tonight, they don't even look like a top team in the East right now. They look like they're like a playing team. That's how bad they look. That's how bad they look. As you see, I'm sorry for the silent pause, man. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where to go from here. Like I just don't know. As I'm watching the game, and even when they went through spurts and they were scoring, I was saying to myself, they don't look right. Like the offense isn't flowing. It's not clicking, right? It just doesn't look good. Deuce is just running around just chucking threes. OG's just putting his head down, being a bulldozer, just going to the rack. Mikel's getting shots here and there, but he don't even look right. Kolik's coming in. He looks like he's struggling to bring the ball up. Towns is Towns, right? We've talked about him in nauseam. Nobody looks right. Nobody. The offense looks disgusting. I don't care. Well, listen, I told you guys, this is not a good offense for this team. It's just not. Everything is drive and kick to three. It worked in the beginning. You know why it worked? Because no one knew what the Knicks were running. So you were able to sneak up on teams. Once everybody got a sense of what the Knicks were running, they pretty much went back to the lab and said, yo, when we go to the Knicks, we got to pretty much get ready for this. Bang, bang, boom. They all put it in their labs. They run in tape. They said, yo, this is what they're running. And that's why our offense looks the way it looks. It looks clunky. It's all over the place. And we look like straight garbage, man. We look like a bottom team in the East. We don't even look good at all. At all. It's smoke and mirrors. You're seeing Deuce putting up these numbers, but that's not really true because all he's doing is chucking threes. He shot the most shots today. He shot 18 shots, even more than Towns, even more than OG. He shot the most threes. He took 11 threes. And so, yeah, he's a good player. Like, I understand that. But shouldn't the guys who are a little bit known should be taking a lot more shots? Shouldn't the offense be run through those guys? Like, I'm just saying that. As opposed, there's times I see Towns going to the box looking for the ball. They waving them off and going the other way. And swinging the ball someplace else. Guys are taking bad shots. I'm seeing OG just put his head down. I'm like, yo, what is this, man? Guys, this team is going backwards, man. This team is going backwards. And people say when Brunson comes back and it's going to be better. And, no, it's not. Brunson's just going to be taking a crap load of shots. That's all he's going to do. And he's going to be Brunson like how it was in certain aspects last year. But you're not going to see no ball movement because this offense is terrible. It's not for this team. This is not his team. This is Tibbs' team. And this team is built around Tibbs and in Tibbs' image. That's how this team is built. That's how this team is built. And he's running an offense made for totally different players and a totally different team. And it's showing. That's why they look the way they look. They look clunky, man. Turn the ball over. They just look all over the place. It looks really, really, really bad. Really bad. And now the more, people was kind of throwing shots at Towns and Bridges and other people. It's not looking like that. It's looking like the total team. And so why is that? Towns putting up decent numbers, 23 and 11. Well, so it ain't the numbers, it ain't that. It's how we look. We look terrible, man, bad, and everybody looks out of sync. We don't look like a cohesive unit. We do not. This is a disgusting loss, man. And we're going backwards. We're not going forward. We're not getting any better. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Another tough loss on the boys. If you're coming through rocking with me tonight, man, on this Saturday evening, please hit that like button for me, please. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. You see my energy is off, right? It's insane, man. It's insane how this team looks. It's insane. Excuse me. One shot deep. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. BQ from BK. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Once again, everybody coming through here, please hit that like button. We just look disgusting, man. We look really, really bad. We look really, really bad. I mean, the turnovers is insane. I mean, everything is insane, man. It just doesn't look good. It does not look good at all. You understand, guys? We shot 40% from the field, 32% from three. You know, we had 17 turnovers, had 20 assists. You know, we're not even passing the ball. Like it just looks disgusting, man. You know, and of course, you know, guys like him are going to try to say, "Oh, it's okay." You know, no, it's not, man. No, it's not. No, it is not. They had 17 turnovers that led to their 19 points. And they didn't look good either. They looked bad too. That's why we should have beat these boys. They weren't better than the Knicks at all. They shot 41% from the field, 36% from three. I mean, we just gave them the game. Gave it away. If you see the quarters, the first quarter we came out hot, 27-19. Then we lost the second quarter, 36-29. We lost it. I mean, lost the second quarter, 36-29. Then after that, we lost the third quarter, 25-21. Then we lost the fourth quarter, 26-22. It starts going down. Let me tell you something. People try to talk that 3-point stuff and, you know, all this 3-point. Listen, man, look, you got to have the horses to shoot threes. You got to. If not, you got to run your offense the way it needs to be running. When you knock down threes, cool. This can't just be a 3-point shooting team. That's not what we are, man. That's not what we are. Eddie Kofi, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Yo, Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. Oh, here goes Disc Rover. Let's hear this. It's really not on Mike Brown as much as jumping on a coach is the easy thing to do. Our guys keep running out of gas. We can't sustain. The league is exploiting our lack of athletes. Okay, so Disc Rover, what do we do? Trade the whole team and keep the coach? What do we do? This is the players, Disc Rover. This is the team. So what I'm saying is you got to make adjustments with that. We don't look good. So you don't want to put it on the coach, but then who will we put it on? The players? Okay. But this is the same guys as last year, Disc Rover. So what do? You can't trade the whole team, man. You can't trade the whole team. So we look bad. So then what do we do? Who do we go to? Who has to make adjustments? The whole play, all the players? Because everybody looks bad. Everybody. Okay. What do? We hope to get to God, Cat, OG, and Mikkel get out of there rough. Okay. You see, I love what you said. You hope to God. My man, this ain't a hope business. This ain't a hope business. We need results. So you got to get to it. You know what I'm saying? This is why he's the head guy. Right? You got to make adjustments here because things just don't look right with this team. They don't. They don't. We look like a playing team right now. Let's go over. LV, we can't shoot threes, can't shoot middies, can't get points in the paint. Okay, so Disc Grover, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all the offense, Disc Grover. You're saying all these things we can't do. They look out of rhythm, Disc Grover. They look out of sync. What can you even coach, Disc Grover? This is easy, man. This is easy. What happens is this. You got to identify what your team is, and you got to make sure that you're using things to enhance their superpower. You have to enhance it. Disc Grover, you can't X's and O's all you want, but they're brick. No, Disc Grover, no, Disc Grover, no. They're bricking shots this Grover because they're out of sync. They're running things that the guys just don't trust the offense. They don't believe in it. And then also too, this Grover, if guys don't have that skill set to do that, they're getting exposed right now. So in the beginning, right, it looked like, oh wow, this looks good. The league didn't catch on yet to what they were doing. The league didn't catch on yet. That's why they did all that stuff in the beginning. Once they see film on you, now they can kind of, he's a new coach to this team. So now they can scheme for you. They say, oh, we got it. Now we see what they're running. This is how we're going to defend this. If you ain't got the horses to run that offense top tier like the Warriors are, you're going to struggle. So you need the pieces to run that. And so that's why it looks clunky. That's why, to your point, they're not knocking down threes. They're not because the offense looks clunky, this Grover. They just don't look right. It does not look right. This offense doesn't fit this team. And we got away with it in the first half of the season because teams, they couldn't scheme for us. Now they know what we're doing. And now they know what they're doing. So this is easy to coach, man. This is easy to do. You got to make adjustments. You got to make adjustments. And so for me, I just my opinion, I don't think he's putting this offense. It doesn't fit this team. It doesn't. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live. The Knicks are giving away games, man. It's coaching and leadership. Those guys aren't playing together, just going through the motions. This is getting serious. Agreed, man. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's they don't look right. They don't look right as a team. They do not. Let's go. Says LV, man, you're not going to admit this, but we reverted to the Tibbs ball. Our players are playing the same shots on the floor they did last year, but they miss a lot of those wide open shots. No, what they're doing is this Grover. Tibbs was heavy. Tibbs was heavy ISO read, like, setting screens, coming off reading, and attacking and doing what you do. Very, very ISO heavy, right? Very elementary offense, but it worked because we have very, very top tier offensive players like Brunson and Towns. So you're able to read off of picks, get basically the star players ball where they want it. So it gets redundant after a while, but you can get away with it in this league because the defenses aren't that good. So once you play against really good teams, you struggle, but you have such gifted offensive players that you can get away with that. This is not that. This is just drive and kick for threes. That is it. Get 2 feet in the paint and kick to corner threes and elbow threes. That is it. Guys have turned down layups with this team to kick it out for three. So what I'm saying to you is this. That offense really, really works. You saw the Warriors ran it. You see what they did? That's how it's supposed to look. That's the offense he wants to run. You got to have the horses for that. And I don't think we have the horses for it. We don't. And so we're struggling. And it's not just one person. Everybody's struggling. No one looks right. And we cannot string away wins because we just don't look consistent with running this offense because now teams are scheming for it. They know what we're doing. They know what we're doing. Eddie Kofi, man, Coach Brown's like, yo, that's man, look. I'm telling you. It's over. That's exactly why we reverted to. Since the third week of December, it's going back to JB runs up the ball and everybody stands around. I heavily disagree. We still play in the paint heavily, but barely anybody can finish. This Rover, I hear what you're saying. I think it's a domino effect, this Rover. It's a domino effect. It's a rollover effect. And what happens to this Rover, here's the biggest thing of it all. I'm not saying he has, but what happens is if guys don't believe in what you're running, it starts to fall on deaf ears and you start to lose a locker room. And then when that starts to happen, it starts to spill over into the court, right? And this guy has had a history of doing that, like in locker rooms. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, we don't look right as a team. We just don't look right. It's just the truth. We do not look right. And I see what he's doing. I see the system he's trying to run, but it's just it doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good. It does not look good at all, man. It doesn't. And so Cat, OG, and Josh are getting blocked because other teams are dropping 3 in the paint. Oh man. And even if they kick it out, the other teams close out better because they have athletes. That's not what's going on, Discrover. That's not what's going on, man. That's not what's happening. There's no effort. There's no fight. There's no togetherness. There's none of that. And once again, I think a lot of it has to do. They're starting to lose focus and they're starting to lose faith. It seems like, I'm not saying totally, but it seems like they're starting to lose that. And it seems like they're not connecting with the coach. Like that's not what's happening. That's not happening. So it's all over. It just doesn't look good at all. It doesn't. It doesn't look good. They don't look right, man. Yo, Big Tass, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. BQ says Giannis Trey's looking more and more appealing. Yo, BQ, word up, man. Word up. I mean, they're gonna have to. I don't know, BQ. It's looking like that. It's looking like that. It's looking like that. This team just doesn't look right. They don't look right, and I don't think these are the guys for him. I don't think so. I just don't. I just think that you're going to have to make a move here, and if you're going to move and decide to move Towns and OG for Giannis and another person, then cool, do that, whatever, and some picks, whatever, man. At this point, because this team, they don't look right, man. They don't look equally yoked. They just don't. And you got a new coach in here that's bringing in a new system, and everybody's got to buy in. Everybody's got to, but the team just doesn't look right. And I think a big part of it is because he's trying to force feed something that I don't think a lot of guys have brought into, because the offense isn't flowing. And I think it was flowing earlier because no one knew we were running. But now teams are able to scheme now. And now you've seen it. That's why the defenses, that's why we're struggling offensively. You know what I mean? Just because teams are able to scheme now. They're able to know exactly what we're running and saying, okay, cool. We know exactly what they want to do. We're going to take away this and take away that. Cat is on the outside the whole game. Like he's not even, and when he goes down to the post to try to get it, sometimes they just waving him off. A couple of times he may get in the post, but not, it's not his offense. This ain't meant for him. This would be really good for a guy like Giannis, because he could be at the top of the key and he could do what he loves to do most. Just drive, and he don't need to shoot no threes. He could let the other guys shoot. And he could just drive, fake pitch, and just go to the rack and do what he does. Thunder dunk. That's it. Take 5 steps and dunk. Like this is perfect for him. Perfect. Because he could be like a guy like Sabonis but on steroids, because he can't shoot. So all he got to do is operate, and they're gonna kind of over help, because they're gonna be worried about him. He could dish the dish, Bridges cutting or Deuce cutting or someone in the corner, because they're gonna be so worried about Giannis at the top of the key. So this benefits him. And so, to your point, BQ, it is starting to look more and more appealing, because this team looks disgusting, man. They don't look good at all, man, at all. The server says, all I'm going to say is, remember what I said when we came out of the rut. Start playing well again. I don't know, man. Just go over. And don't tell me to face the scheme. To my face, the scheme is totally different when we get out of this rut. Hey, listen, man. Look, I'm okay with being wrong. It doesn't matter to me. We just don't look right. We don't look right at all, And I don't. There's something going on here. I don't know. The offense just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right at all. It just doesn't. Come on, LV. Now you on the Giannis train after all that talking how important Cat is to this team. Yeah, Cat is important to this team when we run certain things for Cat. This offense ain't for Cat. This ain't for him. This ain't. And the more I've watched it enough, this Grover, I've started to identify and realize how Cat's not the problem, man. Cat's not the problem. It's just this ain't for him. This is not. This is benefit more of a guy, like I said earlier the other day, iHeart. Or now I'm thinking of now like a guy like Giannis. This would be perfect for him because they don't need him to shoot. Cat is Cat is a different type of player. He has different type of skills. He's for a different type of offense. This guy ain't. He's running something else. And so you get two feet in the paint. With a guy like Giannis, he'll drive, get 2 feet in the paint, and because of how imposing he is, he can finish strong in the rim, or he can get fouled and go to the foul line. He'll live at the foul line with this offense. Or you may overhelp, and then he can kick out and swing to the corner threes, and that's it. And so it opens up everything just because of his dominance at the top of the key. Now, what that could do also, too, it could take away someone like Brunson. Because now Brunson won't be the focal point. It'll be Giannis. Giannis will be the focal point at the top of the key. You think that when Giannis comes, it'll be Brunson's team? No, it will not. It will change quickly. It'll be quickly Giannis's team because this offense, it will be potent for him at the top of the key for him to do that dribble handoff stuff so he could either hand it off, fake like he handed off, go to the rack, finish strong at everything will flow through him. He'll be like a Draymond, but on steroids. And he'll be living at the free throw line. He might average 35 here. Because that's just what this offense is. So let's just be honest. You guys are watching the same thing I am. The story says our biggest problem, bar none, is lack of sustain. When we get cold, we get cold. Yeah, man. Yeah, but this Grover, that's what happens, man. All you do is shoot threes, man. That's the offense. Drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. I was like the Warriors. Dribble handover. Let's get an open layup. Cool, quick layup at the rim. If that's not open, 2 feet down, kick out to 3. That's all he says. Finish with 2 feet down. Look to spray out. Let's drive and get them sprays. That's all he talks about. That's the Warriors. That's all that is, and that's where we got it from. BQ. If we trade for him, there'll be no shooters left on the team. If for him to pass through the corners, because everybody's going to get tricked. No, not everybody. BQ. They'll probably put Cat and probably OG in the deal. It may be a pick, maybe like a young player. And we'll get back Giannis, his brother, and someone else. But it won't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest with you. That's what's probably going to happen if they do something like that. But OG will probably be gone. You know what I mean? But we'll probably keep Mikal. Josh will still be here. Maybe they take Deuce in the deal. I don't know. But you still got Shamet. You're still going to have Brunson. You're still going to have probably Mikal. You're still going to have a guy like Clarkson. You still have enough shooters. And maybe they might get a shoot in the deal, whatever. But that BQ, that's what the offense is, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's it. Big Chaz, but on a positive note, the Knicks alumni was crazy. Yeah, they was. Them jackets was heat, right? Them jackets was hard. I'm thinking about getting one of them joints when they go on sale. The all black, the leather joint. Sure, it's official, man. Jackets was cool, man. I like them jackets, man. It was good seeing everybody, man. All them dudes, man. All them guys I watched growing up as a kid, man. Starks and so Spree, you know what I'm saying? So Camby. I remember Camby when he was in college at UMass. Camby was a monster at UMass. A monster. Yo, they heard Booze tonight too, man. They heard Booze tonight. Mike Brown look like he don't even care, man. He over there popping gum. He don't give two shits. Excuse my language. He don't care, man. The Knicks are now. Yo, check this out, guys. We are two games from the 8th seed. From the 7th seed. Two. So we lose 2 more. We're gonna be down there with Philly. Very, 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 very possible too. Schedule's about to get tough. Last 10 Knicks are 2-8, man. I mean, this is a joke. I mean, this ain't even funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy what's happening. And if anybody could tell me you thought this was going to happen, there's no way I thought this was going to happen with this team, man. They're too good, man. And I think that everything is smoke and mirrors because everybody's getting better and we're getting worse. And people are going to chalk it up to injuries. And nah, man. Nah. We're too good of a team, man, to be looking like this. Like, we're too good of a team. And I'm just, it's just. But you know what? I'm not surprised though, man. I'm not shocked because I told you, like, this guy, like, this is going to be the toughest job because he's got to be able to come in here. And this is an easy gig, but if this guy comes in here and changes everything, they're going to struggle. This guy's been fired 4 times, man. You gotta understand that a tiger doesn't change his stripes, man. A tiger doesn't change his stripes. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Let's go. The kickout doesn't matter because we could barely get shots in the paint. Cat used to be automatic when he drove last season. This Rover, man. I think it's everything, man. I think it's everything. The offense matters, this Grover. It really does, man. The offense matters. All I'm saying to you guys is this, right? They don't look right. This is the same team as last year, guys. And we should be ascending up. We're going backwards, man. We're going backwards. We got a new coach in here, and this guy, he ain't. Guys, what has he won, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like what has he won? What like, like he hasn't won anything. He's been fired 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So he was the Knicks' last choice. So in essence, I'm not surprised that this is happening in a sense. I'm not. Because you look who's manning the ship. I mean, Vegas Dev 9577, man. It's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with my crew, man. My first time seeing you. Please subscribe to the channel, Vegas Dev 9577, man. This is what I do after every single Knicks game, man. So please come through and subscribe to the channel, man. Appreciate you, sir. Vegas Dev says these dudes don't like each other, man, and I don't think they respect Mike Brown. They barely talk on the court. I think it's everything, Vegas Dev. I think it's everything. Everything's on the table right now. Everything. They just don't look right, man. They just don't look right at all. You know what I'm saying? So this doesn't look like a good cohesive team. And we got the horses. So I don't know, man. But once again, right? Are we shocked? This guy got fired on the tarmac last year. They don't respect. They dissed him over there in Sacramento because they realized he was losing the locker room. They got him up out of there. So he was fired again. Like, it's his 4th, 5th. Come on, man. He's getting jobs left and right because people like him and stuff like that. But he wasn't the Knicks' first choice. They wanted Jason Kidd. They didn't want this guy. They weren't even thinking about him. They kind of ran out of options. You know what I mean? He's last in the Mohicans. Or last man standing, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just saying. But I won't be surprised if he's losing his team, losing his locker room. He might be saying stuff, and guys are like, yo, they might be telling him, yo, that ain't working, man. That's not working. And then when you get guys in here that are kind of seasoned vets, you can't really tell a lot of these guys and just talk to them, and they've been successful in this league. They're not gonna really feed into that nonsense. And they're not. So that's important, man. That's important. So I don't know. The Scrover says we can't be comparing what has the coach won because Tibbs hasn't won anything either. Good point, man. This Scrover, great point. But Tibbs hasn't been fired 4 times, man. And he's had 2 of the greatest players of all times on his teams, and he's gotten fired twice. And he went to one place twice, and he got fired both times. He's had all NBA guys on his team, and he hasn't done anything with anything. So I'm not surprised. Tibbs is known for getting his teams up and having winning teams. This guy's getting canned places because his team starts stinking when they might be good initially, but then they start failing, just because of him. BQ, I think the defense was a notch better tonight. Yeah, it was. Defense was. Oh, Vegas Dad, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. The show says they weren't even available championship coaches. They weren't any available championships. No, you're right. This Grover, you're right. I like Mike Malone, but they didn't want to bring Mike Malone. You know why? Because Mike Malone was like a Tibbs clone. He's a local guy. They didn't want to bring him here because they knew they wasn't going to be able to control him and tell him what to do. You know what I mean? Those guys like that are different. This guy, you could tell Leon be telling him stuff, and he'd be listening. All the options haven't won either besides Brown. Tibbs turns bottom feeds to respectable teams as his stream. Agreed. Agreed. That's what Tibbs does. But right now, it's looking like we might miss Tibbs, right? I know guys in that locker room who might have been ratting on Tibbs. They probably like, yo, man, we should have kept Tibbs, man. We should have kept Tibbs. We don't be going through this nonsense. Big task. Maybe the Knicks are in a slump. Listen, big task. Listen, you're absolutely right. That's what this Rover's saying. This Rover's saying they're in a slump. This Grover says they're in a rut. So big task. You could be right. They probably are slumping, but they don't look right. That's all I'm saying. You could be in a slump, mission shot. They don't look right. They look like I don't know. They're going through the motions, man. And I don't know if guys are really really feeding into or believing this offense. Like I don't know if they just don't look right. Look at this Grover. We just need to weather this Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. Doesn't look good, man. It just doesn't look good. We just don't look right at all. At all. At all. At all. At all. At all. All right, let's listen to the head coach, man. Let's listen to him. Let's listen to what he has to say. Listen to the head man. Okay. Listen to the head man. All right, listen to what he has to say about tonight. Make sure this is all queued up for you guys. Hope everyone's doing good on this Saturday, man. Watching some football earlier too, man. But Jim Harbaugh finally signed. He's locked in, so I'm excited about football season. Let's listen to the coach here.
Yeah. No, you don't want to lose games at all, but especially going 2-8, in the last 10, and so there's concern there, but not to the point to where we're going to overhaul everything. We got to we got to work. We got to look in, like I said, look in the mirror, see how we can individually help the group, starting with me, and then we got to get in the gym. We got to work as much as we can, and we got to keep trying to fight like we did tonight. And if we do, we're going to give ourselves a chance.
I'm muted, or what was okay? I'm sorry. Was I muted? How do I sound now, guys? Give me a thumbs up. I'm sorry. Little technical difficulties over here with LV. Did you guys hear the coach? Did you guys hear him? Let me know in the chat. Did you guys hear the coach? Oh, Disc Rover, thank you, sir. Okay, I was muted. Okay. Great breakdown from the coach, man. I mean, look, he's got a good point. He's got a valid point, and I'm glad he said it starts with him because it does start with him. It does start with him. A lot of you guys may not agree, but it begins and ends with him, man. He's the head guy. Listen, this team is there's big expectations for this team. Do you understand? That's why I told you guys this is the hardest gig in this town, because the Knicks are ready to go. They're ready to win now. So when you come into a situation like this, you have to understand that. And I'm not saying he doesn't, but there's gonna be panic because no one they feel this team can win the East, man. That's the expectations. Now people are having a totally different view on this team, and that's a big part because of this guy right here. He was brought here to get these guys to a certain level, to make them ascend. It doesn't look like that. The NBA Cup feels like it was 10 years ago, but once again, I feel like that was smoke and mirrors because the league wasn't hip to what we were doing offensively. Once they got hip, we just hit a spiral, man, going downwards fast. And we don't look like we're getting any better. It just does not look right. It doesn't. And so I'm glad he said it starts with him. I'm glad he said that. And is there panic? He admitted to it. Yeah, there is panic. Just, we're not going to overhaul everything. But yeah, there is. Yeah, if there is, excuse me, not panic. There is concern. He's absolutely right. There is concern. He knows it's concern. There was boost tonight. There's an expectation here, man. This ain't Sacramento. Like this is not that. I keep saying that, but this is serious. These guys are picked. These guys are picked to win the East, man. Do you understand? So this is a big deal. And this guy's coaching like it's kind of like, like you just see like the choice he makes. And believe it or not, a part of me kind of misses Tibbs because you think Brunson would have sat out tonight. They was sitting on the bench chilling. You think Josh Hart would have sat out tonight? Tibbs would have made sure they was playing. He would have made sure they was playing because they need a victory to pick up the morale of this team. Those guys sitting on the bench chilling, man. Ain't nothing wrong with them guys, man. They just resting. And the mindset that I don't want these people to have is that, let's just kind of coast during the regular season and pick it up in the playoffs. It doesn't go like that, man. It doesn't go like that. You have that mindset, you're going to get swept in the first round. So you got to build up some type of body armor to be able to weather this stuff, man. You have to. And they just don't look right, man. They just don't. Oh, Tony, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live on this Saturday evening, man. I hope everybody's doing good, man. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, man. Hope everybody got their shovel out, you know what I'm saying? There's salt. I got all my stuff, man. I got shovel, man. I got shovel the driveway. I got to do all that stuff, man. It's crazy. Oh, Tony. Okay, Tony. I'm listening, Tony. All right, Tony, got a question? Tony, shoot, my man. Shoot. Tony says, I will not be shocked that Jalen Brunson demands a trade soon. Tony said Brunson trying to bounce. I don't think Brunson going nowhere, man. This is his team, man. This is his team, Tony. Stop, man. Come on, man. That would never happen. This is his team. This is his squad. He ain't. Why would he leave his spot to go someplace else? This is his team. He would never do that. This Grover, we got rid of Tibbs for a reason. He wrote his. This Grover, listen, this Grover, I agree. What I'm saying is, if he was here, them guys would be playing tonight. They wouldn't be on the bench chilling on the sideline. But it feels like this team is coasting. I could be wrong, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Things just don't feel right, right? Doesn't feel right in the city. Doesn't. BQ says, being back, Taj Gibson for a you mean bring back Taj Gibson for a third stint. We got nothing. You gonna bring him back? BQ gonna bring BQ. He from Brooklyn too, man. You know that, right? Yo, Taj from Brooklyn, man. Eric Green says, when Brunson comes back and the team continues to struggle, can you see? Ooh, that'll be ill. Eric Green, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to get fired. I don't think he's going to get fired this year, Eric Green. They just signed him, man. They're not going to do him dirty like that. They're going to see what. I'll put it to you like this. I doubt it. I doubt it heavily. Meaning like 98% that they fired that guy after one season. But I will say this though, Eric Green. If the owner doesn't like how things look, and you heard people booing tonight at what was it? Alumni night, Legends night. People were booing tonight at Legends night, and they look like garbage on Legends night. That's not a good look. Like, you know what I mean? So once again, I hope this coach understands optics, right? Like, because Dolan, I wouldn't be surprised. Dolan says, "Yo, okay, we gotta get this guy out of here." I wouldn't be surprised, but I doubt it. I doubt that happens. This girl, Taj didn't do nothing. Yeah, Taj's funny, man. Okay, my question is, can you tell this coach's system doesn't fit this group? We fixing that? My question is, can you tell this? This coach system doesn't fit the group, Tony. It doesn't. I saw that. I saw that after the Warriors game, and I saw what the Warriors running. I said, oh, and it clicked. And I said, now I see what he's trying to do. I see the offense he's running. So how do we fix the system with the same coach to get this team back on track? Yo, Tony, man, I think. All right, let me see this. All right, guys, this is LV putting on a coach's hat, right? This is simple hoops, guys. This is simple hoops. Anybody that's ever played, this is easy. When you come into a team and you see the pieces that you have, whatever offense you have, you're going to have to adjust that, and sometimes a lot, to fit the team. So you can't run things to a T because you don't have the horses that Golden State has. So you got to make sure the offense looks good. So some of the things that they had last year, you should keep, and then implement a couple of things that you have, because what you don't want to do is throw the rhythm off of the team, especially with a guy like Towns. Like, you cannot allow that. But if you're bullheaded and you're just saying we're doing it my way, and you're trying to force your scheme onto these guys, you're going to see what you're seeing right now. You're going to see what you're seeing right now. And so you got to still have a little bit of what they did last year. Maybe not a little bit, a lot, until they fully adjust, or you're able to maybe work out some deals or some moves to bring people in that you need to run your system this summer. I don't know. But this looks terrible, man. This looks really, really bad. And when Brunson comes back, yeah, I think it's gonna be better. But Brunson was here before when he was here when he was losing. Like, you know what I mean? So it ain't like Brunson was there in Philly. I mean, in Detroit when we got smoked. So I'm just saying, you know. So I think that's how you do that, Tony. You're going to have to identify the superpower of these guys and say, don't try to fit the guys into your system. It don't go like that, man. Because what if these guys don't play like that? You know what I'm saying? So it seems like this guy's really stubborn. It seems like he doesn't really want to change. And it seems like what happens is you start to lose the locker room, because then guys, it start falling on deaf ears. You know why? Because guys don't see the results. So they don't believe in it anymore. And especially if they won last year and they were winning before you got here, then they feel like, yo, man, we don't really, then the team just starts, then that's how you lose the locker room. And no one respects you. And this guy has a history of doing that. He has a history of losing the locker room. Guys don't respect him. This guy's got a pattern of this. This is all I'm saying. So we got to be open once again to everything. 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 Eric Green says, but this needs to turn around, man. First round exit or play-in team. Seriously, yo, Eric Green, that's how we look, right? Right now, Eric Green, that's how we look. That's how we look right now, Eric Green. I'm just being honest with you guys. That's how we look, man. We look like that. We look like a play-in team right now. We look really, really, really bad, man. And I'm not speaking of just tonight. Like, this has been the last 10 games. We've looked atrocious, man. We look really, really bad. And it's like no signs that we're going to get better. Yeah, they say, okay, we can bring back everybody. My thing is this, just being smart, right? And this is where I know this guy doesn't get it. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong or not. You know we've been kind of struggling, right? Everybody knows this, right? He knows this too. He's not dumb. This is Legends Night. We just got smacked around on a road trip. I don't care if Brunson, can you go tonight? Yeah, I can go. Yo, man, put the tape on the ankle. Let's go. Josh, how you feeling? Ankle's a little sore. My man, put some ice on it. We need a win tonight on Legends Night. Let's get a win. Let's get a win and lift the morale of this team. Because everybody's healthy. Shaman is back. Everybody's back. Yo, man, let's lift the energy of this team. Can you guys play tonight? We can play. All right, cool. Let's do it. Everybody's back tonight. That's how you do it. But you sat both of those dudes tonight? We need a win, man. We need a win. Like, we got to get in the winning column to lift things up. He not paying attention to none of that. He's talking. We heard him right now. It's concerned, but not really time. I'm not going to overhaul everything. My man, you're out of touch, buddy. You're out of touch. But it makes sense you're out of touch. That's why you got fired on the tarmac. They don't because they know you out of touch. You know what I mean? This guy, like, he's not on his planet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that jumping out the window with saying that, but that to me, based on tonight, would ring like, yo, we got to get a win tonight. It's the Legends night. This looks good for the Garden. We need everybody playing tonight on a Saturday night. I need everybody here. Tibbs would have done that. And I'm not, I'm not the biggest Tibbs guy. You know that. But I understand your team needs a win. We need a win. We need to get off of this kind of like this rut that we're in, using your word, Disc Grover, and get a win tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Brunson would have been. If it was me, Brunson would have been playing tonight, and Josh would have too. I'd be like, you guys got to tape it up, man. Tape it up and let's go. We need a win tonight. Let's get a victory tonight, man. Oh, NBIC, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. NBIC is back, ready to shoot some heat out here. Tony's is facts, man. We already fell to our lowest, I believe. Man, I think Tony. I think it can get lower than this, man. I think we can go lower than this, Tony. We ain't done, because we ain't even get to the media schedule. We ain't even see OKC yet. We ain't even see the Rockets yet. We ain't even see, like, you know what I mean? We didn't see. We got to see Detroit again 3 more times. You know that. We didn't even see Denver yet. You know what I'm saying? All the top teams we haven't played yet. We haven't played the top teams. Only one we played was Detroit. That's it. Spurs. We split with the Spurs, right? Split with the Spurs. Thank you, Disc Rover. Yes, Spurs, yes. Okay, Tony says Brunson's coming back isn't going to change nothing. We have lost our it factor, our it factor as a collective group. Mike Brown, I think, doesn't know how to turn around. Tony, listen. Yeah, Tony, listen. You know what's funny, Tony? You didn't like Cat. You got issues with Cat. Now you're talking about Mike Brown, right, Tony? So you're starting to see the light. You're starting to see what I'm saying now, Tony. Now you're starting to see, Tony, because this is a total team thing, correct? This is everybody now, Tony. You're starting to see something's not right with this guy, right? Because everybody looks bad. You got Deuce just shooting. Deuce ain't never shot this much in his life. Deuce out there thinking he's Steph Curry. And you got an all-NBA guy there. You got another guy that's won in this league. Deuce is making less money. He's taking all the shots. That tells you the offense that we're running. He shot 11 threes. He shot 18 shots. He's running around chucking. I'm like, yo, Deuce, my man, you got to pass the rock. I'm like, okay. All right, you feeling yourself cool, but the coach is letting him do it. Not saying, yo, we got a mismatch down there with our all-NBA guy. Let's try to feed him down there. That's what I mean, make adjustments like that. They're waving the cat off. They're waving him off, man. They're waving him off and going a different side to shoot a 3 in the corner. Tony, Deuce taking more shots than that. That's what I'm saying. Tony, there you go. That's Tony agreed. But Tony, that's what I'm saying, Tony. Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So Deuce coming in like, oh, word? You want to let me? I'm just chucking. Yo, Cat, move. Nah, I got this. He going one-on-one, pulling for 3. I'm like, why? Even he waving Mikal off. Mikal coming over get the rock. Nah, they ain't going through. OG going down here like a bull in the China shop, just putting his head down, falling on dudes. I'm like, what is this? Like, what are we? I'm telling you, man. It's insane, man. It's insane. Okay, Tony says Tibbs would play everyone the entire game. No, Tony, we win tonight. We win tonight. He would play because Brunson would play. Brunson would play tonight, Tony. We would win. We would win by like 10 tonight because they stunk. They ain't play that good at all. They only scored 106 points, and that was basically against the B team. So if we had all our horses out there, and when the Tibbs was here, we would have won. We would have beat them by 10 or 20. Brunson would have played 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, hey, man, look, man, it's ill, man. NBIC right here. NBIC says we are the 4th seed now, tied with the Raptors. That's what I'm saying, man. See what I'm saying? Actually, no, we're not. I think we're the 3rd seed. I think we're a half game up on the Raptors, to be honest with you. Let me make sure I got that right. Yes, we're a half game up on the Raptors, man. The Raptors are 25-18. We're 25-17. We're only a game and a half up on the Magic. Yo, you see what I'm saying? See what happens? And this guy says, it's concerned, but he's trying to brush it off. This guy's out of touch, man. He's out of touch. Listen, man, look. Here's why I say he's out of touch. We were perceived to be the team to come out the East, to be the best team coming out the East. This was our year. Boston being down, Indiana being down, this was the next year. If we don't make it to the finals this year, man, this is a major freaking drop of the ball, man. Like, this is a major fumble. This is like missing a field goal to win a Super Bowl. This is like one of those. A major fumble, man. This was our opportunity right here, right now, and you put it in the hands of this clown. He looked like he don't know what he's doing. So, man. So as much as we might want to get on Mike Brown, you might have to look at Leon on this too, man. You might have to look at Leon, because given it, I don't know. And listen, I remember what Matt Braun said. Matt Braun said, "Yo, I don't know if that's the right move, man, with that guy, man. I don't know." And so that's why you see the fan base, people panicking and saying the stuff that they're saying, guys, because this was supposed to be our year. And it's still early. It's still early. We don't jump out the window. We don't want to say we haven't even gotten to the All-Star break. But what I'm saying is the schedule is about to get ill right now. The schedule is about to get ill. It's about to get harder. And so these next 10 games, I believe today was first game. These next 9 games, we're going to play 2 more on the road, but the next 7 are going to be at home. So we should be able to rally off some wins. But, I don't know. Guys, do you know what we're going to see Monday night? We play Dallas, got Cooper Flag. What's Cooper Flag going to have, 40 or 50 on us? I don't know, man. Tori says Coach Brown dropped Modi ever since he had 18 points at started 18 minutes. And then you start him tonight. How you expect players to have confidence? Because but Tony, that's what I'm saying, Tony. He's all over the place, man. He's all over the place. Even a McCullough piece, like we saw those guys playing. We said, those guys need to play more. You see, Kolek's confidence is going down now. He's not, because you took him out the lineup. You shaking him up, Tony. You're absolutely right. But that's what I mean. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. And then I remember one game. I forget what it was. What game was it? It wasn't the Phoenix game. It was another game. He was like substituting like every 2 minutes. You could tell he's just experimenting with stuff. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I'm like, dude, like, you gotta have a better system than this. But guys, he doesn't know what he's doing. He might be still shocked about how he got fired, man. I don't know. He just doesn't look right as a coach for this team. And I could be wrong. LV doesn't mind being wrong. But as of right now, it's looking shaky, man. It's looking shaky. So, hey, LV, man, if Boston and the Pacers don't have their injuries, where do our Knicks team? Where do our Knicks team? Oh, where do you see our Knicks? If we would probably be like because the way Detroit's playing, we would probably be like battling for like the 4th or 3rd seed with Indiana. Because Boston, Tatum's a problem, man. You saw last year, we forgot how good Tatum is. We haven't seen him this year. But remember last year, Tatum? Tatum cold, man. Cold. He big too. I forget how big he is. He's like 6'10", doing that. He cold, man. Tatum come back. You know what I'm saying? So once again, that's where I would see us if those guys were back. But this was supposed to be our year, guys. Look at this, Grover. We need some athletes on this team. This Grover, if we have athletes on this team, okay, this Grover, let me ask you something. because athletes don't mean you're knocking down shots. This Grover, the offense is still the offense. Do you understand what I'm saying? This Grover, he wants to spray and shoot threes all day. Like you need guys like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what you need. This Grover, you need that. Like for this type of offense. Like I give you a perfect example. Who's struggling to shoot threes this year? Oh, it's Sacramento, right? Oh, he was just there. He will be running the same offense over there with them right now. They can't shoot threes, but he will be running the same offense. So you got to identify. We got guys that can knock down threes, but we're not a three-point shooting team. That's not what we do. We get a lot of our stuff in the paint, cuts, drives, layups. You know, Bridges is mid-range. He can knock down quarter threes. OG likes to attack the paint. Like that's what it is with this team. We know what Cat does, but we're not a team that shoots like 45, 50 threes a game. That's not what we do. That's not this offense. Coach Brown's coming into the Tony. And, I don't know, man. I don't know, Tony. All I'm going to say is this. He dropped the ball with this, Tony. Oh, man. Let me ask you, if he drops the ball and we stinking up this year and we don't make it out of first or second round, is it his fault or is it Leon's fault for picking him up, knowing what this guy was? Whose fault is it really? That's the real question. Once again, we're jumping ahead. I just like to throw this question out now. It's good to chop it up, but I'm just saying. It's going to be Tatum's not coming back this year. They said Tatum working, man. Oh, for the Achilles, less than a year. Stop it. Yo, listen, this Grover, I hear you, man. But they said Tatum trying to come back, man. They saying Tatum trying to come back. They said he in the lab working hard. BQ says, is it just me? But it seems like Mikal can't wait to get the ball out of his hands fast enough. Yo, BQ, man. BQ, that's what I'm saying, BQ. It's just something not right with this team, BQ. You're absolutely right, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We are 3-point shooters team last year. It was all complaints how we keep taking only like 15th. Yo, but this Grover, that's because naturally that's not what we are, man. Like that's not we don't just want to be chucking threes, man. First of all, basketball's not played like that. Okay, that's a really, really crazy way of doing it. I put it like this: Detroit ain't shooting a bunch of threes, and look what they doing. Okay, she don't shoot a bunch of threes, and look what they doing. Look at the top teams. They don't do that. Everybody wants to follow the Warriors blueprint. You got to have the players for that, man. Yeah, you can shoot threes, yeah, but it's got to be smart in the flow of the offense. It can't be automatic. Drive 2 feet in the paint, spray. Like come on, man. What if I got a wide open layup? But the way these guys are thinking, like they thinking of spray to the corners every single time, and it's it just looks terrible, man. You gotta have the players for that. But this they all been very inconsistent. But that's what I'm saying, Tony. That's my point. I don't think this is a system for these guys. That's why they look the way they look. I don't know, man. I don't know. Then I'm be honest with you guys. And then through that, when you start losing, guys, when you start losing, right? When you guys start losing, you start to lose the locker room. You know what I mean? As a coach, you just start losing the locker room. You start losing the locker room. You just do. And guys, your message it gets lost. It just does. It gets lost. And just all right, guys. Let's listen to the coach. Let's listen to the coach again, man. He's talking about the fans because the fans were booing tonight. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. All right, so let's listen to the coach talk about the fans and what happened tonight.
Yeah, again, you don't ever want to have boos, but at the end of the day, the fans here are passionate, and you respect and embrace their passion, and but it hurts. It hurts the staff. It hurts the players. We don't, we're not trying to lose. Our guys played hard, and so I take my hat off to them for that. But the fans have, in my opinion, every right to boo or to cheer or do whatever they want. They pay their hard earned money to come to the games, and this is entertainment for them. So you got to respect that.
He ain't smiling as much as he usually is, right? You guys paying attention to that? He ain't doing all that cheesing, right? He ain't cracking jokes no more, right? All them jokes have kind of faded away, right? He ain't cracking jokes no more. He ain't cracking jokes no more. It's getting serious now. And I wouldn't be surprised if Leon's looking at like, yo, my man, you gotta tighten up. You gotta tighten up. Because James Dolan, he don't want to hear. Listen, guys, you heard what he said about this team. They invested a lot of money into this team. They put this guy in charge to take care of things. They don't want to hear that this team does not make it to the final. They don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear that. James Dolan's not going to want to hear that. He's just not. The shows to Detroit and OKC don't really shoot them because their roster aren't exactly. So the game is not. And listen, they're the two best teams in the league, right? This Rover. So it doesn't. The game is not based off of that. That's why I said that's not real basketball. Like, you got to be smart when you play this game. Like, so it shouldn't be drive 2 feet and spray. Like, that's not how the game is played. You don't spray everything. That's all he talks about is spraying. You don't need to kick out everything. Sometimes finish, step through, finish at the strong at the whack. Let's do a clear out. We want 3 over there because we realize we got a mismatch in the paint with OG, or we got a mismatch in the paint with Cat. Let's feed them down there. Everybody get out the way and school. If a double comes, swing it, knock down a 3, or knock down a layup. That's it. But they trying to, you could tell they're like being robotic. That's why it's all over the place, man. Detroit and OKC, they're playing hoops. They're playing basketball. Like that. They're not playing like a system. I mean, they're playing a system, of course, but they're playing real basketball. How it should look. Tony, I agree with you, LV, 100%, man. Half the time, will be up by 15, 20 and still chucking threes and missing. Right. And that's how we lose leads. Agreed, man. Agreed. Stupid stuff. Our roster actually does have, but they're not hitting them lately. Okay, so if they're not hitting them, okay, Discover, if they're not hitting them, why not change up things? Why continue to do it? Why? Are we trying to get wins, or are we trying to run the offense? Like, you see what I'm going here, Discover? Are we trying to get wins, or are we just trying to run the system? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like we're trying to run a system as opposed to winning a game. And you get lost in that because he's shouting out orders about what to run and what to do. And these guys are kind of like, you could tell. And it's difficult too, Discover. Remember this. They're all used to a certain way of doing things with Tibbs. They've been working with Tibbs and playing with Tibbs for years. Cat had that one year, but it was wash, rinse, repeat because Tibbs basically running the same thing he ran in Minnesota. Mikel had 1 year. OG had a couple of years with him. And Brunson's been with Tibbs for the last 4 years. Josh Hart's been with Tibbs for the last 3-4 years now. So it's the same. These guys are used to this. So now you're bringing a whole new thing. It takes a while for these guys to get used to. And I think for me, honestly, I think it's idiotic to bring something like that in, especially for a team that's ready to win now. Why not implement little stuff here and there, but really keep them used to what they ran last year and try to kind of, run some different stuff off of those sets. You know what I'm saying? But don't come in and bring your whole system. It's going to look like this. What's wrong with LV statistically? I can't even say it right. See, statistically, there we go. We're getting way more open looks at 3 this season. Our guys, they're supposed to be shooting well, aren't we? Well, just because you're getting wide open threes, Discover, doesn't mean you guys are like great 3-point shooting team. Like, you know what I mean? You're not the Warriors, man. That's what I'm saying, Discover. Just because you could shoot it good, yeah, that's cool, but you're not the Warriors, man. And that's what this offense is supposed to look like. You saw it. So I brought this up already. We're just awful everywhere on the court. We're awful. Break it down. What do you mean by we're just awful everywhere on the court? Please elaborate on that. Let's go over why. Because the guys that drive into the paint lose their handle and turn it over, or they chuck up a brick 4 feet from the hoop. This Rover. everything that happened last year, right? We complained about Tibbs' offense, right? Even I did, LV included, right? LV included. I complained about Tibbs's Tibbs's middle school offense, correct? But with that being said, we were still top 5 in offense last year. It ain't the 3-point shooting that made us top 5 offense. It's just because of what we could do across the board offensively. And that was with an elementary or middle school offense. So much didn't need to change this, Grover. You just had to tweak a couple of things. This guy done came in and brought a whole new book and said, here's a whole new playbook. Do this. And it's throwing everybody off. Eric Green said, the threes are fool's gold. Take it to the Baja and mid-range. Eric Green agreed, man. Agreed. Just play hoops, man. Just play hoops. Just play hoops. What the Warriors ran and what they did was an outlier, man. Like they're one of a kind. But the top teams aren't doing that. OKC's not doing that. Detroit's not doing that. They're just playing ball, man. They're running a simple offense, and that is it. That is it. With Tibbs' offense, we still was top 5 in the league, man, offensively, man. So that tells you the game is simple, man. But this guy, he came in here and tried to change everything, and that's why he's falling on his face right now. He's falling on his face, and his face is in mud. He's wiping mud off his face right now. You see him in an interview, right? He ain't smiling too much, right? Doing all that chuckling, right? Laughing and giggling and all that stuff. He ain't doing that now. He's trying to figure it out because he know it looks crazy. All right, so guys, listen to the big cat, man. Listen to the big cat. The big cat got his hoodie on. Everybody got their hoodie on today. Big cat is tight, man. Even with all the hooper hollering about Cat, man, still putting up great numbers, man. 23 and 11, man. That was he don't even look like himself, but this tells you how good he is, man. He still put up numbers like this.
I don't like losing any game, so of course for me, the concern is winning the next one. Just staying focused at the task at hand, winning games, and giving our fans something to cheer for. I don't like losing any game, so
Cat got the hoodie on. He's aggravated, man. He's aggravated. He's aggravated. They're all aggravated. Cat is. Hold up. LV about to go in too. See, I'm about to do it too, man. I'm about to do it too. It's all hoodie mellow season. It's all hoodie mellow season. We all putting hoodies on. Here we go. Here go OG. Here go OG. It's all hoodie season right now. Look, everybody. It's about to snow tomorrow too. You think I'm lying when I say this? Look at OG. Look at OG. See? OG got the Montclair on. It's hoodie season. It's just that's how we feel right now. Everybody got a hoodie on. We don't want nobody to see us. We tight. Everybody can. Let's listen to OG, man. Look at OG. OG look like a kid. He like a 5-year-old. Look at him, man. Let's listen to what OG says.
Is there anything, I guess, you think that this team needs to improve on to be able to get back on track? Like, where would you start?
I mean, I think everything. You can always get better at everything. Even if we're winning games, we would still be trying to improve everything. So, yeah.
Is there anything, I guess?
It's real like that, man. It's ill right now, man. It's ill, man. This is a tough stretch right here. This is a tough stretch. It is, and there is some concern. There is some concern, and I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go from here. They got one Monday, so we got to kind of figure out and kind of see what this looks like. But yeah, man. Yeah, this doesn't look good at all, man. You know, and we can sit here and try to, you know, make excuses and say it's this and it's that, and I don't know, man. I just don't know, you know. Um, Now, you know, I will say this: the season is still very early, right? Still very early. We have the All-Star break coming up, so we have to kind of look towards that, because I think that's really, really important. Because during that time, you know, we have a week off during that time. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, All-Star break is kind of it's all week. So I think we need some time to kind of recalibrate, man. You know, we need that. And then right now, guys, right now, as we speak, right now, I don't think we're real contenders right now. Right at this point, I don't think we are. Um, I just don't know. I just don't know. You know, he's playing Yabusele. You know, McCullough's not really getting on the floor anymore. I don't know why that is. Those guys was playing well earlier. They just stopped getting minutes. This is even before Shamit came back. Like it doesn't make any sense, man. You know, and then there was times he kept Clarkson in longer than what, you know, we should have gave Shamit more minutes because he played great defense. You know, Clarkson was terrible on both ends, but that's what he is. You know what I mean? So you got to, it's kind of like, you know, depending on the night with him, you got to see what it is. But you know, it was times he was out there like he was guarding Devin Booker, and I was like, yeah, why isn't Shamit in the game? So it's little things like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I've kind of, and then also too, the other dynamics you see was kind of happening to Kolek too, right? Kolek's also taking a step back. You know, he doesn't look the same as he did, right? And so once again, it's just a domino effect of things. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It just all together, they just don't look right, and I don't know what's going on, right? And but I will say this, that it's you have to look at coaching, because I don't you gotta wonder if what he's saying is falling on deaf ears. Right? I'm just being honest with you here. You just got to ask yourself that. So you know, I don't know, man. This is a tough one tonight. This is a tough one. You know, and even talking, I think his Mike Brown about Josh, like, you know what I mean. He's talking about Josh. And he said he was a little sore, so we held him out. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, man, come on, man. Like, yo, we need a win, man. You know what I mean? If he can go, he can go. And this is where, you know, joking around, I kind of missed Tibbs, because Josh would have played tonight. Excuse me. You know, because we need a win, man. We need a victory. You know, we're struggling. We're reeling right now. So it says, LV, man, this season's over, man. It's just a matter of time. Coach gets fired and players get traded and asked to want Leon out. Leon gets fired after the season. Wow. Tony says, everyone on this team doesn't look normal. Yeah, listen, man. It just doesn't look right, man. It just doesn't look right. I don't know what it is, but I'm just, you know. And so it says, so we can shoot threes. We can't score in the paint. No, so we can't shoot threes. We can't score in the paint. And we have no real mid-range assassins. That's curtains. And that's why we're in the big old rut. Yeah, but Disc Grover. It ain't that, Disgrover. Our offense hasn't been terrible this whole time. We can't get stops defensively. What I'm saying is that it's a whole thing. It's everything. So what I'm saying is if it's not this today, it's that tomorrow. It's all over the place. But what I'm saying is you're seeing during these 10 games, Disgrover, you've seen things that just looks like the team is not buying into what this guy is selling. And it looks like guys are starting to take a just back step a bit as far as production. Like even, him not playing Diawara, him not playing McCullough. We thought those guys are playing well. He's not playing those guys. They won't play for 3-4 games. So you lose your rhythm. Kolek doesn't play for 2-3 games. Like it's weird. So now Kolek's not playing well, right? Bridges doesn't look right. Towns hasn't looked right all year, right? He keeps putting in Yabusele. Shaman's back. Then we need stops. He's got Jake Clarkson on Devin Booker in key moments of the game. Like certain things like that. That's coaching, Disgrover. So what I'm saying is it's everything's piling on top of each other. You know what I mean? And who's at the top of the food chain? It's that guy. When you're the main guy and you're calling the shots, everything's gonna fall on your shoulders. This is your team. If that's the case, then let them coach themselves. We don't even need you. We'll let them do what they want to do. But we need you to direct these guys and put them in the right situation to win games. And I'm sorry to say, you're telling me Josh Hart said he was a little sore. My man, put ice on him. We need to win tonight. It's Legends night. It's our first game back home from this West Coast trip. We need to win. I need all my horses out there. Everybody's back healthy. Brunson, I know you're good because you're on the bench chilling. If you're on the bench chilling, you can play. Get out there, man. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's get a win tonight. And that's it. You would ice it after the game. Ice it tomorrow. See, certain things like that. Right? But he said he held him out. He was a little sore. You know what I mean? Come on, man. But I don't know, man. The truth is, I'm seeing that the team can't sustain on both ends of the court for any proper amount of time to hold on to a lead. Right, but why is that, Disgrover? Okay, Disgrover, that's valid. I understand that. Disgrover. It just seems like there's a lot of problems here, is what I'm saying with this guy. And what I'm saying is that you're seeing new things here that we didn't have last year. That's all I'm saying, Disgrover. I get your point. I'm not ready to throw the season out. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that some things need to change fast. That's all I'm saying. Because if we don't make a trade to change this team to where he can run the offense that he wants during the trade deadline, then he's got to figure some things out. He's got to figure out things to make sure that Towns is ready to go, that Bridges looks better, whatever the dynamic is with this team, he's got to do that. But the reality is this, Grover, I want to say this to you. They better get it together fast because this team was pretty much built to win now. They assembled this team. They made the trades and the moves they did for this team to win now. They don't want to hear that this guy's just saying, oh, we're resting guys, we're doing whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, I'm just saying. So they got to figure it out, man. However they can, they got to figure it out. And so is making predictions of what actually is going to happen in January is a fool's errand. What I'm saying is if, Disgrover, if. So we got to get it together. That's all I'm saying, Disgrover. That's all I'm saying. Oh, not you, Evie. I apologize, Disgrover. I apologize, sir. Tough loss tonight, man. Tough loss for them boys, man. Tough loss for them boys. Tough loss, man. There's people screaming for Tibbs, man. They want Tibbs back. It's great. They want Tibbs back, man. I'm seeing all that stuff all over the place, man. It's a tough one, man. Tough one. So, all right, guys. So let me get up out of here. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through rock with me tonight. Listen, everybody enjoy their evening. Don't let this destroy your weekend, right? I hope everyone's got a long weekend. I'm off Monday. I will be going live after the MLK game against the Dallas Mavericks. So please come through and check it out. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through rocking with me, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, please hit the bell icon to get all notification on all my shows. But I'll be back Monday to discuss the Dallas Mavericks game. Hopefully, we have everybody back and we can get a victory, man, because we need it. we need it like we need air, man. We need a victory ASAP. So hopefully we can pull out a victory on Monday. All right. Listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. And I appreciate everybody coming through rocking me, man. I'm out of here. Enjoy your weekend, people. See you Monday. I'm out of here, people. Peace.